Has been driven away, and I'm free from the grave. And in the blood that marked my pain, a burning universe has been bared to quench its flame, and I'm free from the grave. Well, I'm free from the grave. It wasn't the debt I had to pay. Love has overcome pain, and now I'm free from the grave. And it's a brand new day, 'cause I have opened up the way. My blood has cleansed the stain, and now I'm free from the grave.
As we celebrate this 25th anniversary of Refined Like Silver, we can look back with pride and see all the exciting things that God has done in the church in Singapore. Back in 1987, of course, when our mission team members first started coming over, we had our first baptism. Jin Kai, woohoo, go teens. In 1988, all of our mission team members moved in from America and the UK, and we had our first official service, a big invitation service at Excelsior Hotel. I still remember, it was in the Silver Room. We set up 100 chairs, but in our hearts, we would have been okay with 50 people. Lo and behold, 285 turned up that day, and we had to turn people away. Another fun milestone from 1988 was Bong getting baptized, the first woman. The last milestone of 1988 was the first wedding, Tech and Patrice Lee, back at the good old Excelsior Hotel.
While we waited for mission team to come, I remember we were listening to tape sermons every Sunday because none of us could lead, none of us could preach. And so from London, you send the tapes to us every Sunday, and we listened to it. And it was challenging because, there was no leader. And we really had to stand by each other and help each other spiritually so that we could even stay faithful while we waited for the team.
I think even when I was counting the cost, studying the Bible to be a Christian, at that time, if you guys know that, the church was very small. There were probably like 12, 15 disciples and probably like 6 or 7 brothers. And to think that I had to marry only disciples. One married, one had a girlfriend, and I was probably left with about 4 or 5, and one was a student, Jin Kai. Not much of a choice, and I had to really think very seriously at that time before I got baptized.
In 1989, we met at Singapore Conference Hall for our first anniversary service, and that day we had 1,000 people. In 1990, we sent out a mission team to Jakarta, Indonesia. That had not really been the plan in the beginning, but so many Indonesians became Christians, we felt like God was leading the way. In 1991, we sent out another mission team, this time to Kuala Lumpur, and at the same exact month, we baptized 50 people in 1 month. What a great milestone.
I think we really get into the basics of Christianity, the fact that Jesus died for me, the cross moved me. And if Jesus can die for me, then I should be willing to die for him as well.
Well, when I first came to church, I saw that this church was very different. See, I was going to many churches before that, and when I came here, I found that people were very loving. A little bit scary for me at that time, but I think subsequently when I studied the Bible, it was a truth, and the vision of being able to impact people and change their lives. I think these were some of the main reasons.
In 1992, all the way to 1997, we were very blessed to have servants of the church step in and lead while John and Karen were away for those 7 years. We're grateful, the church is grateful for Tech and Patrice, for Stephen and Agnes, for Halbert and Bong, for Mano and Lily, and for all the other people that gave their hearts and led in those years when we were not allowed to be in the country. In 1998, John and Karen Louie were able to move back from Australia, and John preached his first sermon on Singapore soil since 1992.
And now I'm free from the grave.
Personally, for me, I remember when I came to church, the church was only 40 disciples. The first year of the church, we baptized over 100 disciples. And I remember one particular month, I was one of the leaders who studied Bible with people, and that particular month, we baptized 50 disciples. So that's something that I will never forget.
For me, lots of fond memories. Being part of the mission team to come to Singapore from London, that was very exciting. Some of the memories also to see the campus ministry. We used to lead the campus ministry, and to see many people just really opening up their hearts to God and becoming disciples. And also at that time, they were all campus students then, but then now many of them are leaders. So that's such a privilege and an encouragement.
For me, especially in the first few years, we have a lot of crazy dates, we have a lot of crazy brothers, and a lot of crazy fun times. So every week we are just exhausted from all the fun that we have.
Right, for myself, I guess, just going by faith, that itself to me is like going on an adventure with God. I remember just giving up my career and going to full-time ministry and going to different cities, coming out of my comfort zone. And I thought, wow, as I look back, that is probably one of my fondest memories, just trusting God and just going by faith.
In 1999, we had the first mission team to East Malaysia, Kota Kinabalu, the capital of Sabah. In the year 2000, we met in the Kallang Theater and cut a cake with 1,000 pieces. Back then, we had the Batam mission team in our membership, and we had already hit 1,000. In 2003, our church went through a reorganization where we had working groups examining the core values of our church and presenting them before the church. Many exciting things came out of that, and our church has been stronger ever since.
I think the next 25 years, I think my dream will be just having the young generation to be more equipped, more faithful, and at the same time there are more resources that will be in the church. I think there will be a lot of grey hairs, individuals around, and those are my dreams.
For me, the next 25 years will be to see the younger generation all grow up and rise up to take the church higher, and also to reach out to more Singaporeans here in Singapore.
What was really great was all the meetings we had at the Prinsep Street living room, and then moving on to Peninsula Hotel. I think it was called the Silver Room. And because the church was quite small, you knew everyone, and the fellowship was really great. You knew instantly who was a visitor, and yeah, it was a very close family feeling. I think another good memory I had was when I came back in the early days, and we were thinking about evangelizing Indonesia, evangelizing Malaysia, and so on. And I remember sharing that with my husband, who was not a Christian, and he said that would never happen. You'll never, have churches in Indonesia like you guys are dreaming about. Just thinking back, and looking at the churches in Indonesia and looking at the churches in Malaysia, how God has really blessed the efforts.
Now I'm free from the grave.